Hi, welcome to another episode of Life Changers, and this is Mike. So, right now we're recording on Monday, we're not November yet, October 6th. 6th? Is it 6 today? Let's see here. Nope, October 7th, my bad. And then this is going to go out tomorrow on Tuesday. But I just want to get a lot going on, because I get a lot of texts and emails and stuff. And just want to, let the people know that I love you guys. And I love everybody that listens to the podcast. And I appreciate everybody that does this. And it's just, this is my journey, my story, and things that I'm learning and just sharing with the world, right? And I hope it helps and inspires you to find out what works for you and doesn't work for you and so on and so forth. But I don't know. It's the law of attraction, okay, is very interesting to me because, I understand the law of attraction. I understand how simple it is, right? Like that saying, kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Because we always like to complicate everything, right? So is there mantras, or is there this, or is there that? But it all boils down to your energy. And, I've been pushing so hard to do certain things, like winning $2.5 million or making $2.5 million profit so I can, do other things, or manifesting $2.5 million worth of work coming my way, or this and that, right? But I realize that for the last few years, I've been doing shit wrong. And I'm sorry, it's just, I'm fed up is a word to, I guess the simplest word to use. I'm fed up. I feel like I'm doing everything right? That I figured it out, right? Oh, I figured it out. I know everything, right? And, like a lot of people tell me, hey, Mike, you should listen to this guy named Mike with Life Changers because he's dead on. Yeah, I should listen to my podcasts more because I don't listen to them as much as I used to when I first started. But I really should, because there's a lot there that I can be doing to help me. And there's a lot of stuff I would have caught on sooner that I'm doing wrong. As much as I'm like, hey, everybody, don't chase, because when you're chasing, you're doing this. Don't do this, because, when you're doing that, then this will happen, and it's all against you, da-da-da-da, right? And I sit here, and I feel like, hey, I'm doing everything right. I know the frequency of abundance or money because I see it. I feel it, and I know I can make money doing anything I want. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. So, I think I've been a pompous asshole the last few years. Not in a bad way, just pompous in a way like, my name's Mike, and I do the law of attraction. I get what I want, da-na-na-na-na. But I forgot the fundamentals. I forgot to give appreciation, saying thank you to the universe and putting out the energy of love instead of being a pompous asshole. Like I've learned when I play at the casinos. How if you're pompous, if you think you're better than everybody and I deserve it more than anybody, well, you don't get it. And you start chasing, well, then it runs further away. Because that's what happens when you chase people. If I see you downtown, I start chasing you, you're going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing? You're going to start booking it the other way, right? Well, duh. And that's how it works. But you can't forget the fundamentals. That, yes, you have all this knowledge. And I'm going to use a term that a lot of people use, but action without work is dead. What, Mike? You can have all the knowledge in the world. And this is what I know. This is my experience. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way. But you can have all the fucking knowledge in the world. But if you don't take action, it's your fault. I have nobody to blame. I can't blame the law of attraction. The other day, I'm just venting with my wife. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it all. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about us, right? Everybody just wants money, and everybody just wants this, wants that, right? You know, you always got the bills coming in, and you always got this. No matter how hard you work, fuck it, I'm done, right? And I'm sorry for swearing a lot today, but it's just like so venting. Like I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. This is so stupid. I've been doing everything right, and yet I'm not getting nothing. Like, what the hell am I doing wrong? You know, I'm just sitting there like, just, you know. But I forgot the fundamentals. My wife looks at me and goes, you know what? You have an amazing life. I go, what? She goes, yeah. You got amazing kids. You got an amazing wife. I'm like, yeah, I do. I really do. I really do love my wife. And I really do love my kids. And I like being around them. She's like, yeah. And all you're doing is seems like you're just chasing that millionaire dream. Multi-millionaire. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be rich. You want the finer things in life. And I said, yeah, but I don't do it in a bad way. I'm not like, I want to be rich because I'm an asshole, right? No, I want to do good. I want to give money away. I want to pay my employees double, right? Because for me, employees are not just a number. They're family. They're part of our family. So it's not only my family I'm taking care of. It's them and their family, right? And I want them to feel like they're part of the family, not just, oh, thanks for making me money. Bye. I paid you. We're done. You know, like, yeah, we're family, man. And I've always dreamed about owning a company that had employees where people are like, holy crap. You work for that guy, you lucky bastards, because that guy's awesome. And apparently he takes care of his families. And that's what I want. And that's what I want to do. But it's crazy to me that, like, I haven't realized that I've been chasing a lot and not appreciating everything I have. So back when I started learning about all this, and back in 2019, 2018, I was just full of like, you know what? I'm trusting the universe. I'm just doing whatever I feel guided to do for my higher self, blah, 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 right? And you could hear it, you know, in my earlier podcasts and how everything just fell into place, how I couldn't have predicted, you know, the COVID-19 stuff and how I was in an amazing position and how I screwed up. But then also how I benefited. You know, my company was doing amazing because we were one of the only companies taking care of all these areas that nobody else wanted to do, apparently. Because we wanted to help people. And that's why I start my company, is helping people. But also helping me and my family and helping people that want to work for me and giving them amazing opportunities. That's all I want to do. And it just feels like I keep on hitting a brick wall. And I keep on saying, well, it must be this fault. It must be that fault. It must be the fault of, you know, like right now there's a certain purchasing department that does, that sees, I guess, all my transactions go through there for one of my major customers, and they're like, well, don't deal with him, he's so expensive. But I'm not expensive, actually. I am the best, cheapest price, like not to fluff up, but like for that area where I work in and deliver a lot of products and all that to the Arctic, and I do what they ask me to do, and I'm cheaper. Like my competitor per pallet is charging, let's say, $1,400 a pallet, and I'm charging $950 to deliver a pallet. Sounds like a lot of money, but it's not for that area, considering my competition's charging. The closest competition anyways is $1,400 for the same pallet. So I'm saving the money, and that's what I want to do. I figured I'm a volume-based company. I go cheaper, and as long as the vehicles are full, the trucks are full, or whatever, I'm making the money, and I'm being able to pay people what I want to pay them, right? It's kind of like, you know, Amazon, let's say, how they have their what they call the final mile delivery, where they use all these different companies to deliver to your house, and a lot of them like are different companies, right? That do the final mile. Sometimes it's through like, you know, the major guys or your local post office or whatever, and other times it's just contractors. And they bid and they say, I'll deliver your package to the last mile for $6, or I'll deliver for $4. And then they pay the guy, peanuts at the end. Well, I made an offer, and, I was at like $11 a package. And they're like, no, they didn't even call me back. But I also wrote, because I want to pay people what they're worth and take care of people and have people stay. All these other companies, like, man, some of them are fucking idiots. It's pouring rain outside. It's a business. And they leave like all these packages outside that are for our customers in the rain. Right? Because they don't get paid. I don't blame the guy who's doing it, because he does not get paid unless he delivers, because that's the way they do it, right? And they're paying them like $1.20, from what I understand, talking to these drivers, per package they deliver. And they deliver 100 packages in their own vehicle, and they got to pay for gas. So by the time they're done work, in the end, after wear and tear on their vehicle and the fuel, they might be left with like $30, $40, which sucks, right? So I was going to pay, if we were to do it, 3 times more, 4 times more. Right? If they're going to drive their own vehicle and make people be like, yeah, like, this is worth working for. But that's not the way it works, I guess, in the big world, right? I want to run a legit, honest company, pay people amazing so they want to stick around. But everybody else is like, no, it's cutthroat. You got to, steal money from your mom and your grandma and do what it takes, right? You got to rip people off, and who cares if they're willing to work for you? It's their problem that you're paying them nothing. Well, becomes your problem because they give shitty service, and then you don't end up having the contracts no more. Anyways, I'm just venting. But I want to change the world, and I want to change how the world does business, where everybody can, do an honest, good job and get paid what they're worth, because it's pathetic how, you got some people that, well, you're paying me this, I'm going to be worth this, period. Like, I never talked or worked like that. But anyways, I'm just venting. Oh, it's ridiculous. But yeah. But how pissed off and upset I am that, like, I feel like, and here's the problems. I understand, right? Because I say I deserve the money, because I deserve this, because I understand this. I'm doing this. There's enough money, and I know there's enough money in this world and in this reality that everybody can be millionaires. It's just up to us to unlock it. With all the brainwashing and all the fucking subliminal messaging that is put out there against us is keeping us from being rich. And I see it. I don't know if you see it, but I just see it everywhere. I'm talking to my wife. I'm talking to people like, do you see like all the programming and innuendos they put in movies, TV shows, commercials, and everything you watch? It's pretty much telling you how rich people are assholes. And you're not an asshole, so you don't want to be rich. They're all murderers, and they're all this and that, right? Just leave it to the elites, right? Right? All that stuff, right? But with the law of attraction and with the universal law of our reality and of our world is everybody deserves wealth. But I understand in the back of our minds, we're programmed otherwise. And that's how we self-sabotage each other. What Mike is saying, I'm poor or I'm not successful because I'm subliminally, sabotaging myself? Yeah. Yeah, it's all the programming saying, hey, you work for this company. Well, they're not paying you that much because they're making billions and you're only making X amount, let's say like 30, 40,000 a year, which is nothing, right? Especially in Canada. Even making 100,000 a year is still nothing in this country. Anyways. Right? And they're like, oh, they're making billions on your back. Boycott, right? Screw them, right? Well, work your ass off and you can make more. But it's all about what you believe you are worth. It's funny because over 20-something years ago, before I started my own companies, I had an amazing job. I was making like $20, $25 an hour, which is a lot of money back then, right? When a gallon of milk was like $2. Right? And when things were cheap, when gas was like 50, 60 cents a liter. So, right? And that was a lot of money then. But that's what I felt I deserved because that's who I am. Like, I don't know, I worked my butt off and I always had the opportunities. And I just trusted the flow of life without even realizing that I was following the law of attraction and the universal law. But lately now, I feel like I'm just, chasing. That I need to take a step back, and I have. Just taking a step back, going, you know what? I do have a fucking amazing life. Let's take a step back, right? I could achieve anything I want. I could do anything I want. But what I'm not doing is being thankful for everything I have. So I'm putting it out there. Thank you so much for this amazing family I have, my amazing wife, my kids, for allowing me to be motivated to make these podcasts, to hopefully, who cares if I get monetized or not? I'm just doing this because I feel like the universe is telling me to, and I appreciate that I'm in the position that I can do this, and I appreciate that I'm in the position that I could hire these amazing employees that I have and be able to, all work together as a family and achieve my goals that I want, which is having family-oriented business, pay them very well, and where they're like, yeah, I work at this job because I appreciate it. And my employees do, because I try to go out of my way and be like, hey, you need extra hours? I'll give you extra hours. Even if I don't need to do that, because I don't need them here, I would do that. And the other day, one of my employees was like, hey, are you only giving me these extra shifts because you feel like, I need the hours? I'm like, yeah, and if you need them, I'll give them to you. And they were like, you know what? Don't worry about that. Stop giving us the extra hours because you think we need them. If we do, we'll ask you. But we got to take care of you too. And that you don't need us here in reality for that extra shift. So why not you just not do that? And I'm like, okay. Because I'm not a big, huge corporation. We're small, family-owned and operated business. Stuff like that. And yeah, we're just trying to make, I got big dreams. But I got to learn to appreciate what I have. And I believe we all need to learn and appreciate everything we have. And that's one of the key fundamentals that I'm learning is, and I talked about it a couple of times, but I didn't really realize it, because I like my story time. But yeah, that all that matters is that you're grateful and happy for everything you have. And you give thanks to your higher self, to the universe, to God, whatever you want, whatever you focus on. Because that's the key to success. Is giving thanks and having something you believe in that beyond a shadow of a doubt, no matter what you do, that you can do whatever you need to do in your reality, in your life, because of your beliefs. And then it will come to pass or work. And that's how it is. You got to, the key to being, especially like wealthy, everybody's chasing wealth, right? That's why nobody's wealthy except a select few. But what I'm saying is like, you have to appreciate everything you have and stop chasing. And let it come to you. You got to do everything right. Do your manifestations. Keep it simple. Do what works for you, right? For abundance and wealth and love, compassion. And just do it. Keep it simple. Stop trying to make it so complicated. And I'm sorry if I have been making it sound so complicated, even though I try not to, and say, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, I'm just giving you all these different things that I'm learning that works or doesn't work, may or may not. But I'm telling you as I go through, like, for me, this works, or for me, this doesn't work, right? And so on and so forth. And for you to figure out what works and doesn't work for you. It all comes down to your beliefs and your reality of what you want. But you got to be appreciative of everything you have. Right? Because you could always find somebody that has it worse than you if you actually open your eyes. Right? As they say, be grateful for the roof over your head. Be grateful you have a place to lay your head and sleep. Some people don't. Be grateful for the little things you have. Don't overthink. Don't underappreciate what you have in front of you. And you'd be surprised how that will change your life. I wonder where my life's going to be now that I'm realizing these things. You know? Little downer today, I guess, but it's just, that's what I'm going through, and that's what's been on my mind. It's like, I feel like for the longest time I'm doing everything right, but yet everything seems to be like not slipping away, but going the opposite direction. Right? Business is slowing down, this and that. And I can make all the excuses I want, saying, well, the pandemic helped in the sense because, like, everything shut down, so everybody had to use your services, or the reason why you're slower now is because it's a recession time here in Canada, or this and that. But none of it matters but what you truly believe and the energy you're putting out there. So if you're constantly putting energy out there of this is not going to work because of this, or I know it's going to slow down now because the pandemic's over and everything's back to normal, that it's going to slow down, well, that's why I'm here. That's why I created this. Not willingly, but you got to understand that's how it works. So, the question is, what are you going to do about it? Or what am I going to do about it? Well, you got to keep on listening to see where this ends up. But at this point in time, I'm taking a step back, just giving appreciation for everything. I'm going to stop chasing. I manifested it. I visualized. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm letting in that book I told you guys about, letting the thinking stuff do its thing. Where it just manifests and it'll make everything work out. And when I see the opportunities, faith without works, then you got to take them and you got to work. And I've been slacking off, like I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, where I've been just letting my employees do things. I'm just sitting around and I've been content and letting things, disintegrate or slow down in a sense. And I've been making up excuses why. But it doesn't have to be this way. So I'm going to change my frame of mind, my energy, and it's going to turn around and it's going to be totally different. Because that's what I need to do to achieve my goals in my life and my reality and what I want. Because I know and feel in every part of my body and in my heart that everybody deserves wealth and happiness. And everybody deserves it. And I'm going to prove that, rags to riches story. In the sense of, we can all create our wealth. And just do it. And as this opportunity, now that you have a vision and you have faith, let's say, in what you're doing, and whichever reality you're going with, now you got to work in the sense of when the opportunities come, you got to grab them and run with them. And just do it, as they say. But yeah, I just wanted to say that today. Let's try to bring it back to upbeat, good old Mikey here and making everybody laugh. But you got to understand, I know I say it all the fucking time as people sometimes write me, oh, here you go again, Mike. Hey, man, if you're not happy with what I'm talking about, stop listening. But you got to understand, This is my reality. You have your reality that you got to decide on and figure out. This is, it may seem like a big, crazy thing, happening in your life. A lot of people do that. Well, I got all this shit coming down the pipeline. My life's all crazy. Blah, blah, blah. But in reality, it's only as important and crazy that you make it in your reality. So you can make it seem like nothing at all. Get the negativity out, push it over, bring in the positivity. So let's do that. Let's bring in some positivity. If you're driving, don't do this. Don't close your eyes. Keep your eyes open. But if you are not driving, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Hold it and release slowly through your nose. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. Hold it. Think positivity and out through your nose slowly. Right? And you could do a couple of ahs, or when you're breathing out, you can go, let that vibration come with it of relaxation and happiness. Or you can do some ohms, where you just going, Om, because all these vibrations actually help and heal your body. I know we talked about frequencies a little bit. I don't know much about them. I just know there's healing frequencies for everything. And if somebody knows more about it, then, let me know. We can have you on the show. We could talk about it, because I think it's very awesome. But yeah, everything's energy. So put out the positive energy. And if you don't believe that everything's energy, well, you're a fool, because you feel it in your everyday life. You know how you just I got a gut feeling about this, or, hey, I feel your negativity over here because, or I feel your positivity. That's all energy. So, yeah. There's even energy and frequency for money, wealth, love, compassion, understanding, and so on and so forth. Like the energy of healing. But it's all, in the end, only works if you accept it and bring it into your reality. If you don't, then it will never work. I know some of you are thinking, well, Mike, if it's not really working for you right now, is it? Yeah, but I know my mistakes. Do you know yours? Or are you just going to try to blame the world and blame me and blame everybody around you for your failures? I'm just being straight. You going to blame everybody and be a victim? Or are you going to take care of yourself and you're going to, get back to where you want to go and stop blaming the world and take your responsibility and understanding and start taking responsibility for your life and your actions and where you are? Because nobody, I repeat, nobody can ever hold you down from being rich, wealthy, successful, loved, or anything unless you allow them to. It's all about personal reality and energy. That's the way it is. So it's unless you're allowing them to, bring you down or whatever, nobody can have an effect over you whatsoever unless you allow them to. And I know that for a fact. And I know there's people that are just good people and they just try to help people, but you can't help everybody around you, or you can't save the world if you can't save yourself. Save yourself first, then you can save the world. And that's what I'm working on. I'm working on myself, and that's why I'm doing this podcast, is putting out information out there. And sometimes people reply and tell me information, and I'm like, hey, yeah, that's actually smart, and stuff like that. But I just want to put out there that I appreciate everything I have, and I appreciate all my listeners, and I appreciate my kids, my amazing wife, my amazing employees, my amazing company, and my amazing accountants, and I appreciate everybody around me, and I appreciate everybody. And I really do appreciate you if you're listening. Feel appreciated, feel the love, the energy that I'm giving you of wealth, of love, compassion, understanding, right, and healing. It's up to you if you want to, get up out of the rut. Get on top of the world. Stop letting it push you down. Accept your reality and where you are and say, I'm making changes and visualize and achieve your real new reality that you want. And opportunities will come your way. And that you got to take them. And that you'll better your life and you'll end up where you want to be. Just keep on visualizing where you want to be. And giving thanks to the universe, to the world, to whatever you want. To God, to Mother Earth, I don't know. Whatever is your belief system. That's how it works. So, yeah. Yeah. I love everybody, but I especially love my wife so fucking much. And my kids so very much. I love them so much. They are my rock. And they help me a lot, too. It's funny, because sometimes when I'm in a complaining mood, my wife's like, you should listen to Mike from Life Changers. He's a smart guy. But I know she hasn't actually listened to any of my podcasts, because if she has, she would hear that I say, if you do, honey, listen to me, let me know. And then I'll know. But, yeah. That's where we are. So things I'm going to change is I'm going to stop chasing. I'm going to stop being a pompous asshole where I believe like, well, I should just sit here and let it all come to me because I'm willing it. And I'm going to give thanks. And be happy. That's the key. You got to be happy. I realize how I say I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my wife and kids. I'm happy. But no, be fucking happy with what you have. And then everything else will follow. Right? It's like that song. Is it Bob Marley? Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Do. Right? Make up a motto for yourself. Right? For me, it's Hakuna Matata. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free velocity. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Anyways. Yeah, just be happy. Enjoy life. Give out positive, loving energy. You'd be surprised how much people you'll bring joy to. So here's your goal today. When you're out and about in the world, into the reality, into the Matrix, into the Truman Show, or... in my case, the Mike Show or whatever, your show is. The Steve Show, the Samantha, the Kristen, the Krista Show, whatever. Bob Show, George, I don't know. But just when you're out there, smile, put the energy of love, confidence, compassion, and that the world is your oyster. You'd be surprised how everything will always go your way. And if something like, there's an accident here, or I'm stuck in traffic, instead of being on road rage and crap like that, don't be the problem, be the solution. Just be like, hey, it's happening for a reason. Maybe there's an opportunity coming my way that this needs to happen. If you watch the movie, The Butterfly Effect, if you change one thing, that it could change everything, right? Or if you actually made it to work on time that day, then you would have not had this opportunity and then in turn change your life or get this new job or give you the promotion you always wanted, or you'd find the love of your life. Who knows? But I know that I live most of my life, even growing up, before I learned about all the law of attraction of I'm Mike. This is my world, and everything I want comes to pass and happens. Just put out the love, the passion, the energy of happiness, and all good things will come your way, and everything happens for a reason. And I tell myself that, hey, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why I'm here. There's a reason why I'm doing this. There's a reason. You might not know now, but you will know eventually, and you'll be like, holy crap. And like I mentioned before, there's there's no way that I should have met my wife, and I should be with who I'm with and married for the last almost 18 years this month. So 18 years this month I've been married to this amazing person, amazing human being, or alien, I don't know. or maybe we're all robots, but you know what I'm saying. That we talk about sometimes, that there's no fucking way that we should have been together. But yet, everything was perfect. And yeah, from our marriage was, like every other marriage, right? A struggle, but we stuck through and we fought for each other. And we realized certain things, right? The main goal, the main thing that we realized is communication, where we can communicate freely with each other without getting offended or upset or I'm the victim. Because most of for the first a long time in our marriage, we were both like, well, we're the victim. You said this. And if I did that to you, right, this is the mentality that we were programmed for. Well, if I did what you did to me, to you, it would have been a different story. But because you, right? And we all hold that, right? And then, we created the negative energy and the fighting and all that, right? But yeah, in the end, open communication. I watch a lot of movies, TV shows, right? All the programming. And I see that, how if everybody just communicated, like straight up, not like, we used to communicate in kids. Hey, if you like my friend, put yes here, or if you like my friend, wave, or whatever, right? Like, just be straight up, like, yo, we're all adults. We talk, like, say, this is the situation, this is what happened, and, like, we get through this, right? How much life would be so much better, because the moment I did that with my wife, where we're like, you know what, I want to hear from your point of view, and I want to try to understand, and I'm going to tell you my point of view, and I want you to try to understand, and then we'll see where the conversation goes. And then we just draw so much closer, because, like, yeah, I understand, and, you understand me, and I understand you, and type thing, and stuff like that, right? Miscommunication is a killer for marriages, is a killer for promotions, jobs, killer for people getting, the wealth and all that stuff, because you're just miscommunicating. So you got to be open communication. Stop being a fucking victim. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Pull your head out of your ass, as they say. And just be happy and loving. We're all in this together. And if you feel like, well, no, we're not, and you're stupid, Mike, and all that, well, you're just an NPC, because you're just running the program that they're giving you. So enjoy being a victim. Enjoy being whatever you want to be. Just enjoy being you. I don't care. Like, I want people to be who they are. I just want them to be the best person or human they can be, or alien, or whatever you want to do, right? I just want you to be the best that you can be and know that you are. And if you're falling short, well, it's up to you. But this is what I'm doing to help me. And this is what I did. I got my head out of my ass, and I started listening and opening my eyes and putting out energy of love, compassion, and happiness. And that's what I'm attracting, and that's what I put out. That's what I receive. Whatever you put out is what you're getting back, right? If you're getting back a lot of negativity, well, because you're a negative asshole to people, and get your head out of your ass. And if you're not, I'm sorry if you're good people, because most people are good people, then, But if ever you feel like you're the common denominator in being a douchebag, because you think everybody else is a douchebag around you, you should look at yourself, because you might be the common denominator. And just try to change it, right? We all change. We don't have to be who we thought we are. We don't have to act any way. Just be you. Be who you are. Be happy. And if you being a pompous asshole and vindictive or whatever makes you happy, good for you. But you're not going to be in my reality, so I'll stay far away from you, because I just want happy, loving, compassion people. When I see on the internet how all these people are trolling and, trashing and saying, you're stupid, or you're ugly, or you deserve to die, or, hey, what you say, hey, man, we all have freedom of speech. Well, in Canada, not so much anymore, but it's another story. But, yeah, stop being a fucking victim. If you don't like what you hear, turn it off. If you really don't like what you hear and it's really rubbing you the wrong way, it's because you're probably a victim. And you don't like who you are. You also got to understand that you project out in the world So if all you're receiving is negativity, that's what you're projecting is a negative attitude out in the world. You get what you put out there. So I'm putting out happy, wealth, love. And then that's what I'm going to get back. So I just want you to understand and know that you are loved, you are appreciated, and life can only get better. Choose to let it get better. And I choose for it to be better. And I choose to stop chasing. And I choose to stop being a pompous asshole. I'm, pulling my head out of my ass and, being meek and submissive to the universe and just, trusting the flow. Because when I was younger and I realized all the times I was doing the law of attraction without knowing, everything was amazing. So I'm going to continue to let it be amazing. I know this is a short podcast today, but I just want to get that out there. But just remember, you are loved. You are important. If anybody tells you otherwise, it's just they're projecting their insignificance to you. But don't let that bug you. Everybody's important. Everybody's loved. We're all in this together. We're all creators of our world and our universe and our reality. You choose to believe what you choose to believe. You choose your reality. Remember that. If you don't like where you are and you don't like the reality you're in, well, you could choose to change it and change it for the better. It's up to you. I love everybody. I especially love my wife and my family. You guys are all amazing. And life is amazing. I appreciate the universe, and I love the universe, and I appreciate everything I have. Thank you so very much. Let's end this by taking a deep breath in. Hold. And just put out the energy of love, forgiveness. Blow out all negativity. Take another deep breath in. And just blow out all that negative energy. Now let's just do a when we're blowing out. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Yeah. Just that. Makes me feel so much better. I feel better now. Thank you very much for listening. I love each and every one of you. You guys are all amazing. Then once again, this is Mike with Life Changers. And don't forget, you can always write into Life Changers at lifechangersmike@gmail.com. That's lifechangersmike@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. You guys have a great week, and I'll be back next week. Love you all.